right now. It's time for some high school basketball. The Altavista Colonels on 105.5 once again hosting the Chatham Cavaliers. I'm Kyle Haney. Joining me is my usual tag team partner, Agent Zero, the big O, Oscar Briggs. And Oscar, we've got an excitable one tonight, don't we?
Boy, we do. And, Chatham comes in at 5-1, fresh off a loss last night, but a big win earlier in the week against Dan River. We'll talk about that a little bit later, against a 2-1 Altavista squad.
Yeah, the Cavaliers have really kind of been the talk of the area. They got off to that 5-0 start. They beat Dan River Tuesday. They did fall last night in action to Randolph Henry, and that could play a factor. You got to believe maybe the freshness of the legs not there. However, we've mistakenly thought that other nights, and then the Colonels have come out on back-to-back nights and looked just fine the second night.
Yeah, and you've got a game that's Randolph Henry in the middle between when you play the regular season champions of the Dogwood for the last 6 years. 2010 was the last time, and that was an Appomattox team. But, since then it's been all Altavista and all Dan River. So Chatham trying to crack into that elite territory, and they beat Dan River and then lost to Randolph Henry last night. So I expect that they'll be primed and ready to go tonight.
Yeah, this is really a brutal week for the Chatham Cavaliers for sure, but it seems like they've got enough gas in the tank. The Colonels, the last time out, they beat the Nelson County Governors in Lovingston 55-20. Got a chance to talk to head coach Troy Harris about that win and ask him a little bit about the game tonight. Oscar and I will discuss both of those two things as the Subway pregame show continues. It's high school basketball. The Chatham Cavaliers in town taking on the Altavista Colonels. You're going to hear all the action live on 105.5 KD Country.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Hello, this is Jerry Miley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. It's asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Compassionate Care Choices, Autumn Care, 24-hour skilled nursing, inpatient, outpatient, physical, occupational, and speech therapies. Autumn Care invites you to tour their facility in 2016, receiving the bronze quality by the American Healthcare Association. 5-star rating by Centers for Medicare, Medicaid Services. Autumn Care, a member of Sabre Healthcare Group, serving Altavista and surrounding areas since 1989.
This is 100% convenient mobile banking with local First National Bank.
With our First Snap mobile app, you can securely check balances, make deposits, pay bills, transfer money, and much more.
It's easy to use, and we even have a video demo on our website at firstnatbk.com.
And it's free, so search First Snap mobile app and download it for free today.
Remember, banking from anywhere, anytime will help you bring home more bacon.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns. Friday night hoops back in Altavista. The Colonels hosting the Cavaliers of Chatham. That means we're talking once again to Troy Harris, the head coach of Altavista. And Coach Harris, you move to 2-1 with a victory over Nelson County. It was a 55-20 win up there in Lovingston. Oscar and I looked over a few times. You seemed to be a little bit frustrated with how your team was playing. You get out of there with a W, but maybe a little sloppier than you wanted.
Yeah, it was a little bit sloppy at the beginning, but the message from the get-go in the practice before was to not take them lightly. So I didn't care what the score was. I was probably going to be a little bit more on edge the whole game just to make sure we get the message across that you can't just go out there and roll the ball out and beat anybody, especially with the teams we play. I really want our guys on our toes to not get laid back and fall asleep a little bit and maybe coast through a game that we would probably win anyway, but only win by 8 or 10 when you should win by more. And I think the message got across, and as the game went on, it got better, I think, possession by possession. So we're still working on our sea legs a little bit, and hopefully we'll get there by Friday night or by tonight.
Let me ask you about somebody that's been pretty impressive in the first 3 games, Daquan Poindexter. It seemed like last year he's more of a slasher, athletic type of guy. This year he's knocking down the jump shots a lot more. You can tell he's put in some time and effort, and he's a big part of your team right now.
Yeah, we rely on him big time on the defensive end. He usually guards one of the best players on the team, if not the best player on the team. But this year he didn't play football, so we had him all fall in there, and he really had a chance to work on his offensive game. And he did, and that was an emphasis for us in the fall. Is we didn't have a whole lot of three-point shooting last year, and I think he really added that to his game. Still not as consistent as we'd like, but Daquan can definitely fill in some of those holes on offense where he hadn't had to do that in the past.
You like the way your team's rounding into form here, getting ready for the Christmas. I mean, you still got 3 games before the Christmas break, but you feel pretty good about where things are at right now?
I think we're getting there. As long as we keep getting better with our defensive fundamentals, I think we'll really get there offensively. We're still struggling in the paint to score for whatever reason, but yesterday we spent a ton of time practicing our layups and finishing in transition and finishing with people around us. I think by the end of the season, we'll be right where we want to be. It's just going to be a little bit of a process early on. I think the football guys have only been in here for 2 weeks, but that's going to have to stop being an excuse for us here pretty quick.
Talking to head coach Troy Harris of the Altavista Colonels. All right, let's get to the main event tonight, the Chatham Cavaliers. They always give you a dogfight every year, and this year they're even a little bit better than usual. They come into the gym tonight undefeated at 5-0. Give us a little mini scouting report here.
They're a lot like a Pittsylvania County team. There's athletes all over the place. They have more basketball players than they normally do. Usually they're a team full of athletes playing basketball, but they got guys that understand where their teammates are going to be, where the ball should go, what they're doing in each position, whereas in the past they just sort of beat you up, and it's just athletes banging around out there. They do have a transfer from GW that sat out last year. He's probably their best player. His name's Shaman Barley. So we'll really have to watch out for him. He's probably number 1 on the scouting report. He makes them go. Defensively, they're a man-to-man team. They like to bang you, beat you up a little bit. Their weak spot's probably their height. They don't have a whole lot of post presence, but their guards more than make up for it. They push the ball fast, and they just go. I like to give an analogy that they're stuck in fast forward, like if it's a VCR or I guess a DVD player nowadays. They're just stuck in fast forward all the time. They don't really like to slow it up and play a slow-down game.
Well, they beat Dan River the other night, and the big talk was that they switched to a 2-3 zone in the second half. I'm guessing you and your coaching staff are going to have your guys well prepared to face a zone defense tonight, correct?
Yes, we're always ready for everything. We spend a lot of time. We have 2 or 3 plays for every situation, so our guys know where to be if they see it. And we've got a lot of senior leadership that they can diagnose the play. We're not running with a lot of freshmen out here that don't understand it really. The seniors really understand where they need to be and where the ball needs to go. And as long as we shoot a little bit better than Dan River did last Friday, I think we'll be okay, but it's not going to be easy by any stretch.
They never are, Coach. We'll let you run. Best of luck to you. It's the Colonels and the Cavs. Tip off in about 15 minutes on 105.5 KD Country.
Whatever your truck, car, SUV needs are, Highview Motors GMC has it all, from small to tall. New to pre-owned, offering more than just GMC sales. Highview Motors GMC provides 24-hour towing, full-service body shop, state inspection, transmissions, everything in between. Highview Motors GMC, providing top-quality service since 1961.
From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors GMC.
The Altavista Office of Economic Development invites you to come find one of a kind with Altavista's unique shops, stores, and restaurants waiting for you. Personal service from local businesses. Jumpstart your business with the Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow with a variety of business loans available and supporting the Altavista Colonels basketball team. Good luck on another winning season.
D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling wants to wish everyone a happy holidays and thanks them for a successful 2016. The next time problems happen in your home, call Donnie and his team of trained professionals, 841-1580. That's 434-841-1580. Make sure your heating system is ready for the winter. Get D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling, 841-1580. That's 841-1580. Merry Christmas from D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling.
PCM Industrial of Altavista offers mobile welding and repair services, fully equipped service trucks, certified craftsmen, and quick response to satisfy your needs. Contact PCM Industrial at powerconstruction.com. PCM Industrial is a fully insured Class A licensed contractor, OSHA and MSHA compliant. PCM Industrial Services of Altavista wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista Colonels basketball team good luck in another winning season.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns from Altavista High School. That's the site for tonight's contest between the Chatham Cavaliers and the Altavista Colonels. I'm Kyle. He's Oscar. Oscar, let's talk about Altavista a little bit before we talk about Chatham. Again, it was a 55-20 victory over Nelson. We heard from Coach Harris there. You and I discussed it some in the ball game Tuesday night. It was a quality win for Altavista, although a little rough around the edges in some spots.
Yeah, but I think, one thing you look at as a coach, you want to continue to improve each game. And coming out of football season, the first night against Brookville was rough, and then against Prince Edward they were a little bit better, and really against Nelson a little bit better again. And you're starting to see it in the real basic fundamentals, defense, rebounding, the boxing out, continue to dominate that field. The shooting start to come around a little bit more. So I think if you Coach Harris, we talked about, maybe a C or maybe B-, and I think that probably grades out. That's about what they are right now.
Yeah, Coach Harris was concerned about his ball club playing to the level of their competition. You and I touched on that a little bit in the ball game as well, but I think you hit on it. A couple very key points there, the fundamentals of the rebounding and the defense. If you know anything about Altavista, that's where their game plan starts, is win the battle on the boards and play good defense. And they did seem to do that Friday night. It was an interesting game. Kind of had spurts there. Nelson County had a few spurts early on. It was mostly Altavista. We hit some lulls, and then the Colonels really pulled away there in the third quarter and then even into the fourth quarter as well.
Yeah, and when you talk about a spurt with a team that only scores 20 points,
right?
It doesn't mean a lot, but there were certainly some lulls on the Altavista offensive end where they went a couple minutes without scoring, and that's got to be a concern. You do that tonight, and this Chatham team, you may find yourself in a little bit of trouble.
Much higher caliber of competition tonight, and that's no disrespect to the Nelson County Governors. The Chatham Cavaliers are playing well. We'll talk about them after a quick timeout on the Subway pregame show. Two fabulous locations to eat fresh in Altavista, on Main Street, of course, where I stopped in, and then also inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. We'll discuss the many outstanding dining options at Subway as we go forward, too. It's the Colonels and the Cavs getting ready to tip off in about 12 minutes on 105.5 KD Country.
This game is brought to you by these members of the KD Country Sports Club.
Radio Shack and Crystal Bay Pools, your stop for RC drones and Bluetooth everything.
The Dairy Freeze, hot dogs, burgers, fries, shakes, and ice cream. Do it right, do it at the Freeze on Main Street.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, where gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
The Medicine Shop on Main Street with a full line of Carolina boots, now 10% off, including special orders.
El Cerrito, throw on a sombrero and shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only El Cerrito can serve up.
This broadcast is brought to you by the members of the KD Country Sports Club. Thanks for your support. 'Tis the season for Napa Auto Parts to say thank you to their customers for another great year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Napa employees Mike, Mary, Whitey, Richard, Johnny, Kevin, Kenny, Jim, and Jamie. For the best quality auto parts at the best prices, come to Napa Auto Parts. They appreciate your business. At Napa, they're looking forward to serving you in 2017. Napa will be open a half-day Christmas Eve on Main Street, Altavista. A full line of Carhartt clothing's available now at English's The Complete Home Center, Altavista. Carhartt clothing, known for its rugged durability. On display at English's with a full line of men's wear, coveralls, bibs, shirts, pants, and hats, sizes up to 4X. Carhartt for ladies, too. Special orders and accessories available. Order early for Christmas.
English is
English's is your complete home center.
The Carhartt Clothing Department at English's on North Main Street.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns. The turkey.
Bench and Bench Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Bench and Bench Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
And now the Subway pregame show returns. It's never a Friday night basketball unless we have a few minor technical difficulties. It lets you know that you're alive there. I was talking about the Turkey Reuben available for a limited time only at Subway. And, Oscar, I got one of those tonight. Here's a little pro tip for you. Throw some of that hot relish or some hot sauce on some of it. Maybe if you're not ready for all of it, don't put it on the whole thing, but it goes great. A spicy Reuben. I think we should patent that somehow.
Well, I did something a little different. I went to Subway for lunch today.
Oh, yeah.
So I hit up Subway 3 times this week, so I didn't want to do a fourth before the night's game. But I went with the old classic 6-inch cold cut combo.
Oh, nice.
I mean, just, you know, every now and then I need to load myself up.
It's a staple. It's a staple. It's something that Subway's been doing right for
one of the originals.
A very long time. It is one of the originals. Let's talk about the Chatham Cavaliers in town tonight. They're coming in at 5-1. You heard me mention in the interview, I thought they were undefeated. They lost to Randolph Henry last night, 71-43. A little misleading there. They actually had a lead at halftime against the Statesmen, and that, again, just shows you how well that Chatham is playing these days.
They were up by 7, and, you know, one of the things that you talked about in the interview, Coach Harris talked about, was Shimon Barley was their go-to guy.
Right.
One of the things that as we look across right now, Mr. Barley is actually on crutches and got injured in last night's game, and he is unavailable for tonight.
Yeah, one of the beautiful things about catching up with some of the opposing coaches before the game is you tend to get a pretty good scouting report. Leading scorer and key man Shimon Barley will not be in action tonight. Neither will Xavion Edmonds. He's a starter for the Cavaliers who is also going to be out, this time a coach's decision. So that's 2 of the 5 starters not going to be in action. However, I don't think that means that the Colonels can overlook the Chatham Cavaliers. Cavaliers have won 5 games against 5 pretty good teams. They went on the road to win 3 of them, so that says something right there.
Well, and I alluded to it a little bit earlier in that it's been since 2010 since anybody other than Dan River Altavista has won the Dogwood, and you got Dan River on Tuesday night and Randolph on Thursday and Altavista on Friday. Really a classic example of a trap game, and you got to wonder if they were looking ahead to Altavista tonight. Then you add in the injury to Barley where he didn't get to finish the game, and that's a recipe for disaster, too.
Yeah, we'll see how Charles Warren's squad can rebound. Charles Warren, of course, in his second year, just like the Altavista head coach, Troy Harris. I joked with Coach Harris about that earlier. Hey, you'll always know what year you started. You can just call Charles Warren down there at Chatham and ask him what year he started. And, again, Chatham, a team that usually seems to give the Colonels a hard time. It's never really a blowout. A lot of times the Colonels will pull away in the 3rd and 4th quarters like they tend to do against a lot of people. But you better believe the Cavaliers are going to be ready to play here.
Well, and historically with Altavista, when you play that man-to-man, and, you know, that's when you really start to wear on your opponents. And Altavista's always had 8, 9 players they could go in, run deep, and that starts to wear on you as well.
Sure does. Subway pregame show. We'll pick it right back up after another quick timeout. Some other games in the area going on tonight. Heritage versus Appomattox in the Beacon Classic. EC Glass taking on Rockbridge. William Campbell is at Gretna, and Brookville is at Amherst. And we'll see if we can get some scores from some of those ball games as we go on. But we'll step aside for a quick timeout. It's the Chatham Cavaliers and the Altavista Colonels coming up in less than 5 minutes. You've got yourself a ringside seat on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Fellers Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle of Fellers and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Fellers Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical, licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Brought to you by English Construction Company, with offices in Lynchburg.
Hello, this is Jerry Motley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. Asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show starting to wrap up here from Altavista High School. I'm Kyle Haney. He is Oscar Briggs. We'll get in some early shout-outs here as we have a few moments. We'll say hello to our dear friend Danny Barber listening on Broad Street. Our new great fan, Faye Dalton. Well, she's not new, but she's let us know that she's listening. Hello to Faye Dalton down there tuning into the Colonels. Oh, I'm sure Dan Kaufman is probably tuned in. Our buddy Dan Burgess tuned in. Who else we got? They're all around the globe, right?
Mike Kinlaw.
Yeah.
Dennis D-Lap, I know, is listening. Usual cronies for me. Sister from London is actually in. She's in Burlington, North Carolina. She's listening. I'll meet up with them tomorrow.
Excellent. That's glad to have her in from across the pond, and we can get her some tea and crumpets to make her feel at home. You know I like the hot tea.
That's
you gave
right.
me a hard time about the hot tea earlier. I think the Colonels' defense is going to give Chatham a hard time tonight, Oscar, particularly since Chatham doesn't have two of its big guns. The Cavaliers, in years past, we've seen them with that really guard-oriented lineup. Sometimes it looks like 5 guards out there on the court. I think that speed could bother the Colonels a little bit. Not that the Colonels don't have quickness, but sometimes you get up-tempo, it can really bother a team.
Well, the scouting report says that they like to run, so it'll be interesting to see if, without their 2 big guns, if they continue to try that up and down the court. Or a lot of times when you get in a situation like that, you try to shorten the game, and you do that by going into a little bit more set offense and a little bit more deliberate.
Right. The Cavaliers employed a 2-3 zone to their advantage Tuesday night against Dan River, and a lot of folks really credited that with helping them win the ball game. We'll see if they go to that 2-3 zone here tonight. Some folks bringing you our ball game. Let me tell you about them before we get to the national anthem. Our broadcast is made possible by D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling. Call Donnie at 841-1580. The Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road in Altavista. Stop by to join and be a Moose. Autumn Care of Altavista, specializing in 24-hour skilled nursing care, physical, speech, and occupational therapy. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, Highview has it all. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, a family serving families since 1905. The Altavista Office of Economic Development. We invite you to come find one of a kind. PCM Industrial Services, now with mobile welding and repair service. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and comfortable in between. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. El Cazador, Altavista's original Mexican restaurant. Feliz Navidad. Napa Auto Parts of Altavista. Find your Napa know-how on Main Street in Altavista. And now it is time for the national anthem. We'll step aside for one final timeout and then the tip-off right around the corner between Chatham and Altavista. It's high school basketball live, 105.5 KD Country.
Compassionate Care Choices, Autumn Care, 24-hour skilled nursing, inpatient, outpatient, physical, occupational, and speech therapies. Autumn Care invites you to tour their facility. In 2016, receiving the bronze quality by the American Healthcare Association. 5-star rating by Centers for Medicare, Medicaid Services. Autumn Care, a member of Sabre Healthcare Group, serving Altavista and surrounding areas since 1989.
I'm Jeff Walker of First National Bank and the manager at our Main Street branch in Altavista. Did you know that local bankers have a lot more at stake in taking better care of you? You see, helping local customers like you be more successful is our only focus, and each customer is so important. So for your small business, construction, and personal loan needs, think of me and think of us first. That's local First National Bank. We'll help you bring home more bacon. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Whatever your truck, car, SUV needs are, Highview Motors GMC has it all, from small to tall. New to pre-owned, offering more than just GMC sales. Highview Motors GMC provides 24-hour towing, full-service body shop, state inspection, transmissions, everything in between. Highview Motors GMC, providing top-quality service since 1961.
From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors GMC.
The Altavista Office of Economic Development invites you to come find one of a kind with Altavista's unique shops, stores, and restaurants waiting for you. Personal service from local businesses. Jumpstart your business with the Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow with a variety of business loans available and supporting the Altavista Colonels basketball team. Good luck on another winning season.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns for the final segment. The lights go out as we return here to Altavista. That means it's time for the pregame laser light show. Forgot to mention three of our wonderful sponsors. Fellers Chevrolet, now offering a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Say hello to everybody down there at Fellers. The First National Bank, helping you bring home more bacon. And English's, your complete home center, now offering a complete line of Carhartt clothing for men. Big hello and shout out to our friends Donnie, Brent, Blake, the entire crew down there at English's. Stopped in and saw them today, Oscar. They've got some really good deals on Carhartt stuff at English's. I'll tell you about it as we go on. It's, you know what I want for Christmas, and you know my size and all that.
Got it.
Well, okay, you got it down. I'll tell you, seems like we say it every pregame show, but when the lights go out and the crowd comes alive, it's an exciting feeling in the gym, isn't it?
And it really is. And tonight's crowd is a little bit lighter. I'm sure the weather conditions got a little bit to do with that. It's extremely cold out, and supposed to get a little bit of sleet and ice moving in tonight. But the crowd that is here is very vocal.
They are vocal. A lot of Chatham fans made the trip. We put out the word on social media to remind the Cavalier fans that they could listen if they couldn't make the drive. So a big hello and a shout out to all the Cavalier fans that are tuned in. We know there's quite a few of them. They're excited about this season their ball club is having. Again, the Colonels come in at 2-1 on the year. A little bit of a late start because of football. There'll be 2 games next week in the Jeff Coke Memorial Invitational. We'll get to that a little bit as we go on. The Brookville Bees will in town. We'll have some extra basketball on the radio. We'll get to see our friends from Amherst County down here one night. And then Gretna will be in town a night, too, along with the Huntsville Trojans. So we've seen a lot of different ball clubs early in the season here in December, Oscar. And it's exciting as always. It's basketball season.
And it's always good to get as many games as you can on your belt before you come back from that Christmas break and get into the meat of your schedule.
Yeah, normally we talk about the meat of the schedule for both of these teams really being people like Appomattox and Dan River. And certainly the Raiders and the Wildcats are having great seasons too. They're going to be tough tests, but so far it looks like these two teams on the court that we're getting ready to see, also two of the best teams in the area.
Well, and again, Altavista's only played 3 games, and Chatham's played 6. So, from the experience point of view, that's a big difference.
I would agree. I think you got to factor that in there a little bit. Seems like Chatham maybe a little bit more game ready, battle tested. They won a 2-point ball game against Tunstall early in the year, so they can win some close games too, in addition to beating really good programs. Starting lineup for the Cavaliers looks like it's going to be number 22, Preston Turner. Joseph Davis is number 2. Number 23 is Tyler Clark Fitzgerald. Number 34 is Chris Hodnett. And number 52 is Antonio Robertson. For the Colonels, they're going to start number 1, Jacob Adams. Number 3, Mateo Malback. Number 5, Chancellor Mormon. Number 4, Daquan Poindexter. And number 30, Josh McClure. Jump ball is up, and it goes to the Colonels. They're clad in the all-white home jerseys tonight, working right to left from Oscar and I's perspective, scoring on the far bucket here at Altavista High School. We're 10 seconds in. Motion offense for Altavista. Looks like a man-to-man defense to start out for Chatham.
It is man-to-man, and Altavista in their motion offense. Josh McClure.
McClure tried to feed it to a cutting Mateo Malback, who presented himself nicely, but the Cavaliers defense tapped it away. It's back in the hands of Altavista. Mormon has it just a foot inside the midcourt stripe. It looks like Coach Harris is going to run a set play. He's directing traffic from the sideline. 7:22 left to play in the first. Still no score. Poindexter, high pass down low. He was looking for Adams. Adams tried to return it to him, and Jacob threw it out of bounds into the Chatham bench. That's a turnover early. We've played 43 seconds in the ball game. No score just yet.
Chatham's up in a 1-4 offensive set, Kyle.
Clark Fitzgerald running the point right now. He'll jog over to his left, picks up his dribble. He's in trouble. Mormon took it away from him. Nice job by Chancellor Mormon. He leads the team in steals. You can see why right there. McClure will break the timeline, then get it back to Chancellor in the middle of the diamond. Here comes Poindexter, driving left hand, cut off, stopped at the 3-point line. 6:45 left to play in the first quarter. Malback thought about a free throw line jumper, instead tosses off to Poindexter. His shot won't go. Tried to be tipped in by McClure, but there was good rebounding presence by the Chatham Cavaliers. They're going the other way in a hurry. Fast break is stopped. Clark Fitzgerald will back it out. Preston Turner had it for a moment. Now it's a 3-pointer up by Joseph Davis, and it's good. The Chatham Cavaliers strike first for 3. That was Davis from the left wing.
In the previous trip, Daquan looked like he had a chance to finish, and I anticipated some contact. He didn't get any.
Davis played well in the ball games last year against Altavista. He can really shoot it. Jacob Adams has it. He's about 30 feet away from the bucket. Passes into the left corner to Chancellor Mormon. Mormon looking to throw it into the mid-post to McClure. McClure, fade away, high arcing jumper is good. We've talked about McClure's shooting form has been a little indifferent so far this year. That time it looked perfect. 3-2, Chatham with the lead. Here's McClure on the rebounding side as well. Going to get a foul called against the Cavaliers as McClure was trying to make a breakout with the basketball.
And while his shooting may be a little bit indifferent, his rebounding has not been indifferent.
No, that's been a steady constant. Josh McClure is averaging 9 rebounds a game, almost averaging double-digit in boards. Foul was on number 52, Antonio Robertson, his first, Chatham's first. Malback scoring around the defense. He just looped around to his right. Then he gained the right baseline, went to the right edge of the hole. It's a 4-3 Altavista lead.
Davis had a forearm bar on him, too.
They hand off to Davis. Davis driving. Had his pocket picked around the free throw line, but that's because he was fouled.
That's going to be on guess who? Number 3, Mateo Malback. And that was a touch foul compared to what was happening down on the other end. Mateo continues to be frustrated by the early fouls that get called upon him.
Lance Bain is the first Colonel off the bench, first substitute for either ball club. Comes in for Daquan Poindexter.
Galliard didn't start tonight.
Nope. I have to see if we can find out what that's all about. He's normally been a starter, and he is the Colonels. Nice shot there, scoring over the defense by number 52, Antonio Robertson. Caught me in mid-sentence. It's a 5-4 Chatham Cavalier lead. Give-and-go play from Mormon to Malback, and Malback lost the handle. They're going to whistle Mateo Malback with another foul, I think, Oscar.
Once again, we're 5:08 remaining here in the first quarter. We played less than 3 minutes, and Mateo's headed to the bench.
He's got to feel snake bit. I mean, if you haven't heard the ball games or seen them up to this point, Ballback's been in foul trouble, it seems like, every game so far.
He absolutely has.
Maybe he hasn't gotten 2 this early, but he's had 3 a bunch of times. He's had 4 a bunch of times. He's fouled out of 1 game. It's a 5-4 Cavalier lead. They've got the basketball in the front court. Here's Davis. Catch and shoot 3. Won't go. Nice rebound by Jacob Adams to sky up in the middle of the lane and take it out of the air. Colonels trail by 1. They're on the attack now with 4:40 left to play in the Englishes. Your complete home center first quarter. McClure with a behind-the-back dribble. Now he gives it up. It's back in the hands of Adams. Here comes the Daquan Poindexter. Poindexter with a nice finish, streaking through the lead.
Well, they really spread the Chatham defense out then and ran their motion offense. And as they ran that little wheel, Daquan got himself a defender on his hip and was able to finish strong.
6-5. Altavista on top again. Back and forth ball here in the first half of this first quarter. Stevie Johnson had it momentarily. It goes down low to number 34, Chris Hoddett. Nice ball movement there from the Cavaliers. And guess what? They've got the lead back, 7-6. We played exactly 4 minutes in the first quarter.
Looks like they've fallen back in that 2-3 zone.
They switched it up.
They're jumping out a little bit.
3 ball. Poindexter is good. He hit it from the left wing. He was a few steps behind the line. That gives the Colonels the lead back, 9-7. 3:40 left to play in the first quarter. Chatham in the road red jerseys. Got some black on the shorts.
Nice defense.
Stevie Johnson
nice help
tried
on the
to
weak
weasel
side.
his way in there, and the help was good. McClure took it away. Josh, coast to coast to the hoop, scores, and he's fouled. McClure making his presence known early. The takeaway on Stevie Johnson. He led the fast break himself. Looked like he contemplated giving it up around the three-point line, but he kept it and streaked right to the front of the rim.
And I know it's early, and I hate to say this, but you talk about playing to the level of competition. Looks like the Colonels have responded.
Yeah, they're playing well against a very good Chatham Cavalier team. It's 11-7 right now. 3:30 left to play in the first quarter. McClure's free throw is good. Make it 12-7 now. 3.5 minutes left to play. First quarter presented by English's Your Complete Home Center. It looks like Preston Turner with the basketball now. Throws it down low. They got it to Robertson. Robertson did take too many steps.
Little
on the
bunny
left-hand
hop.
post.
Excuse me. Yep, little bunny hop.
He was open momentarily, Briggs, and then the pressure closed on him. I think that probably caused him to take that extra hop.
Yep.
3:15 left to play in the first. 12-7, Altavista on top. Scoring on the far bucket.
Chatham back in the man-to-man.
Yep, I like it. Switching it up. Charles Warren employing multiple defenses here. Daquan Poindexter was trying to use the left-hand dribble to get to the basket. He's fouled. Really just had, I think it was Robertson on his hip. No, pardon me. It was Preston Turner on his hip the whole time.
A little bit of a scary. It looks like Daquan's leg kind of buckled. I thought it may hit a wet spot or something, but he was okay. He's young.
That's right. It'd take us like 20 minutes to recover from that. Nice inbound play. They find McClure all alone. He can't finish from short range. Basketball went out of bounds. It was touched out by Antonio Robertson. Wow. You can't draw up an inbound play any better than that. Josh was wide open underneath on the right side.
A little bit too hard off the glass.
Another inbound play coming here. Colonels throw it in from the baseline left. Mormon gets up in the air and throws a spinning pass to Lance Bain. It's Bain, Mormon, McClure, Poindexter, and Christian Gilbert in the game now for his first action for the Colonels. 2:45 left to play in the first. McClure trying to size up the defense. Got up in the air and then passed it off. Wanted to shoot from the free throw line.
Nice help from Stevie Johnson coming down on that free throw from McClure that prevented him from shooting the ball.
I like this pressure defense from Chatham. Poindexter trying to slice through it. Got taken away as he rose up. 2-on-1 fast break. They bounce it off to Robertson. Robertson in trouble. He gives up to Cameron Royal. Royal's jumper will hit the iron, hang in the air, and then fall down. It's good. 12-9, the lead has been cut into.
That was still nice transition defense by the Colonels, who were able to stop the primary break. Chatham continued, got the secondary shot.
Good job by the Cavaliers to be patient there after the initial fast break didn't work. McClure, turn around. Kick out to Mormon. Mormon for three. Just off the back iron, no good. Long rebound is loose.
Daquan.
Yeah, Daquan picked the pocket of Tyler Clark Fitzgerald from the backside to get the ball back for Altavista. Mormon will just saunter into the front court with it. 12-9, Colonels on top.
Nice pass.
2 minutes to play. Nice high loading. Poindexter. Daquan Poindexter finishing from the left side and getting fouled. How about Poindexter putting on a show early here, too, in the first quarter, along with McClure.
That was a great pass from Bain, too.
14.
Diagonally from high to low.
It was nice. The ability to see the defense that way, and it's kind of the same way a chess player will see the moves develop on the board ahead of time. Seemed like Bain knew exactly where to throw it. Poindexter ran underneath, caught it, and the Chatham defense was caught by surprise. Free throw no good, just off the mark to the right. Traquan Farmer in the game early here for the Altavista Colonels. He joins Bain, Poindexter, Adams, and Gilbert. This three ball up, no good. Adams muscling his way for a rebound, catches on the baseline. Now the Colonels want to bring it up the far sideline with Poindexter. He angles back to the middle. Go ahead.
And if you come to one of these Altavista ball games, watch Jake Adams. He's not going to score a ton of points, but the effort plays, the defense, the rebounding, Jake's there.
Gilbert, left-hand lay-in won't fall. He is fouled. Had a Chatham defender just on his right shoulder the entire time. He'll go to the free throw line with 1:11 left to play. It's a 14-9 Altavista advantage. Okay, Oscar. At English's in Altavista, North Main Street in Altavista, here's what's happening today and tomorrow. The Carhartt Buy One, Get One sales event. You buy a hooded sweatshirt, and you get another hooded sweatshirt of equal or lesser value at half price. Still a great deal.
That's a great deal.
And that Carhartt stuff doesn't go on sale very often.
No. A lot of times, Carhartt will dictate what the prices are, and you can't deviate from them. But, boy, that's a deal. I don't know how they work that out.
You know what's coming up, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I think you know that Christmas on the 25th again this year in December. So those would make great Christmas presents. Chatham basketball, they trail 16-9 with less than a minute to play in the first period. This is Stevie Johnson with it. He wanted the handoff to Davis. They left Johnson alone. Now Davis has it. He'll kick out to Johnson. Johnson pull up, 18-footer. Off the iron, no good. There's guess who? Jacob Adams, Johnny on the spot. Throws it up ahead long to Poindexter. Poindexter will slow it down. Bullet pass down low to Gilbert. That's smacked out of there. Cavaliers have it. They're going the other way in a hurry with 27 seconds left to play in the first.
Well, Chatham's got some team speed.
Davis, three ball. It was from NBA range, and it was just too short. Rebounded by Traquan Farmer. Farmer putting in some quality minutes here in the first quarter.
15 seconds. Colonels will play for one.
You can see a lot of guys breathing heavily out there. It's been up-tempo basketball. Poindexter off the pick and roll of Bain. Bain tried to go up. It was ripped out of his hands by Johnson. Stevie Johnson sees the clock, going to the hoop, throws it up at the buzzer, and could not get it to go. A good first quarter of basketball comes to a close. The Colonels hold a 16-9 lead. Second quarter on the way when you return to 105.5 KD Country.
D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling wants to wish everyone a happy holidays and thanks them for a successful 2016. The next time problems happen in your home, call Donnie and his team of trained professionals, 841-1580. That's 434-841-1580. Make sure your heating system is ready for the winter. Get D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling, 841-1580. That's 841-1580. Merry Christmas from D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Cold outside on this chilly Friday night, but the action in the gym providing plenty of heat for the fans, the players, and the broadcasters. It's a 16-9 Altavista lead after one.
Not much wrong from the Colonels on that in that first quarter at all.
Altavista played well. Poindexter and McClure doing a lot of the scoring, but you got to look at Jacob Adams as a big spark defensively and on the glass. Cavaliers, what'd you think? It wasn't a bad quarter. I know they trail by 7, but they're certainly not out of it, and they didn't play bad at times. They had a few hiccups. Some early shots from the Cavaliers. They might be well served to work the ball around a bit more before trying those threes.
But I think Coach Harris said that they certainly have more basketball players. I would certainly agree with that.
Yeah, I think so. They've got high basketball IQ. They move well with the ball, without the ball. They shoot well. They pass well. There's a foul on the Altavista Colonels as we get going in the second quarter. It's the first on Jacob Adams, third on Altavista as a team. Chatham has 5 team fouls. They'll inbound. It goes inside to Hoddett. Hoddett muscling it to the rim. Won't go. Daquan Poindexter with the rebound on the right-hand post.
Josh McClure was up with Fitzgerald and tipped it over to Daquan.
Really got to be impressed with McClure's game tonight. He has it at the head of the key, looking for somewhere to go. Had it knocked away. It's a loose ball, scrambling around for it. Still loose. It's going to come into the backcourt. Poindexter hits the floor. He dives after it. Great hustle. Cameron Royal comes up with it, feeds it to Stevie Johnson underneath. Johnson can't get the first to go, nor the second.
Or the third.
And the Colonels.
And he is mad.
He is. Altavista with a defensive scramble play to get back. There were bodies everywhere. It was like a pile-up out on the interstate. Somehow Altavista recovered and played defense. Lance Bain driving, turns his back to the bucket momentarily. Now he'll back it away, 30 feet away. Going to size up his man from the right wing. He does shake him loose, driving. The left-handed lay-in would not fall. The pressure defense was still there from Joseph Davis. Clark Fitzgerald back to Davis, who never stopped moving. He got in the air, fell to the ground. Adams picks it up nonchalantly and then shovels it off to Mormon. Mormon in the fast break mode, sidesteps the defender. Tried to shoot floating away from the basket. Getting a little wild out there, Oscar. It's like a pickup game at the Y now.
Boy, some contact, too.
Davis losing the handle, finds it again, throws it up to the hoop again. He looks like he's exhausted at this
He is
point.
exhausted. A bunch of these kids are tired. Look at all the three of the Chatham kids are leaned over right now.
It was baseline to baseline basketball for a solid minute there. The action never stopped, and it was just continuous running.
And it's still 16-9.
Yeah, that's a valid point by you. Nobody got the ball in the bucket. 6:32 left to play. Even the referees were a little winded. You could see them taking a little bit of time before they handed the ball to Joseph Davis to
this is
shoot
their
the
second
free
ball
throws.
game.
Oh, that's a great point, too. That's a very valid point. And they're not as young as these high school guys. It's a little bit tougher for them to get up and down baseline to baseline. Billy Haley in the game early for the Altavista Colonels. He joins Traquan Farmer, Chancellor Mormon, Daquan Poindexter, and Josh McClure. On the court for Chatham, Davis, who missed the free throw. He's joined by Cameron Royal, Antonio Robertson, Preston Turner, and also Tyler Clark Fitzgerald. He missed both of them. Cavaliers are going to have to knock some of those down if they want to get back in the game. 6:22 left to play in the Englishes, your complete home center, second quarter. McClure triggers the three from the left corner. High rebound, recovered by Poindexter. Power dribble to the hoop. Shot won't fall. He's fouled. And they'll stop play again with 6:10 left in the half while Daquan Poindexter takes a turn at the free throw line. Dave Mabry reports that in tight squeeze, the Altavista girls are up 14-9 over Chatham. We'll keep our eye on that game.
JV girls won their first game down there today, 30-17.
How about that?
As reported by Mr. Steve Hill.
We've got
Daquan missed his first.
We've got spotters and reporters out everywhere. I mean, we've got the bases covered. As well as we can, anyway.
That's right.
It's 54 years of award-winning high school sports coverage on 105.5. Second one converted by Daquan Poindexter. Of course, Oscar and I haven't been around for all 54 years.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, I thought you just turned like 29 the other day.
Yeah, something like that.
Sterling Reynolds in the ball game now for Chatham. He's set up in the right corner, looking for the basketball now. He'll get it at the top of the key. It's in the hands of Tyler Clark Fitzgerald. Wants to back it out near midcourt. Swings it to Cameron Royal on the right wing. Royal set up three. Off the window and down. No pictures on the scoreboard, though. Oh, and they're going to whistle Chancellor Mormon. He stepped out of bounds, or pardon me, stepped inbounds while he was still inbounding the basketball. So this could be a turn of events. A three-point play by Chatham. Now they're going to get the basketball back. Chance to really cut into this lead now. Number 12, Dawson Anderson in the ball game, too, for Chatham. A lot of new faces for both teams, Oscar. That speaks to the up-tempo nature of the ball game. 5:36 left to play in the half. Basketball went out of bounds on the near sideline. Chatham will inbound there in the road red jerseys, black lettering, a little bit of white outline around the number and the Chatham. 17-12, Colonels lead by 5. 16-9 at the end of the first quarter. Clark Fitzgerald driving, got tied up. I do think they're going to call it a mutual possession jump ball tie-up. Possession arrow favors the Colonels.
Colonels have gotten away a little bit out of sync here, and Chatham's kind of made it a helter-skelter type ball game, and it's benefited them.
Yeah, full court pressure now from the Chatham Cavaliers. So you see them mixing up defenses again. Looks like a zone press. Poindexter tried to go to Haley, and Antonio Robertson punched it out of bounds with the right hand.
There wasn't good recognition from the Colonels as to what was going on with that. Haley will come out. Jake Adams will come back in.
Adams, Gilbert, Farmer, and McClure joining Daquan Poindexter for the Colonels.
It hasn't taken Coach Warren long to put his stamp on this Chatham program. There's a significant difference.
Yep.
Nothing against Barry Mayo.
Yeah, Charles Warren, a former Dan River player, not that far removed from his playing days. Adams, snap pass inside to McClure. Josh gets it to go from the right-hand portion of the lane. Nice assist from Adams, good finish from McClure. 19-12, Colonels on top by 7. Clark Fitzgerald with a fading three, will not go down. Adams took the basketball away from both the Cavaliers and McClure took it away, pardon me.
Yeah.
Josh McClure rebound.
Adams ran into McClure, and he grabbed his mouth. I think he might have felt the shoulder.
Yeah, a little
double pick
square
at the top of the screen, at the top of the key.
Poindexter did not use it. Instead, bounce passes off from McClure. Adams can't get the lay-in to fall. Went off the window and hit the rim. Cavaliers in a hurry. Got to pick up the basketball first before they can get going on offense. They do have it. This is Tyler Clark Fitzgerald. 4:15 left to play in the half. It's a 19-12 Altavista lead. Motion offense for the Cavaliers. Bit of a handoff series up top. Reynolds is stuck. Needs somewhere to go in the left wing.
There's really not a lot of movement from Chatham.
Yeah,
now they're starting.
It'll be 2 guys moving, or maybe 3, but not all 5. They tried to shovel underneath to Dawson Anderson. He could not find the handle. He lost it out of bounds. That's a turnover.
That was a nice pass. He just wasn't ready for it.
Colonels had good rhythm, good flow to their offense early. They lost a little bit of that. It seems like they're starting to get it back, although the changing defenses from Chatham is slowing them down. Long pass, and here's Galliard in the game for the first time. He caught it at the mid-court stripe and was ready to attack. This is our first viewing of Lawrence Galliard. Galliard has been a starter in all the other games and a very good player for Altavista. He averages 13 points a game and 8 rebounds. Going to go to the free throw line here. A mere 10 seconds into his night. Second quarter, Oscar, of course, brought to you by English's, your complete home center. The buy one, get one half off sale on Carhartt hoodies is on tomorrow at English's.
You know, 2 days after Christmas is my birthday. So, you know, you could go down and buy one for yourself and give me one. I would be none wiser.
You would pay me back, though, right?
You could give me the one that was half off, and you'd feel like you gave me a deal.
Oh, right. Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right. You're right. I get where you're going with that now. Galliard made the front end of the free throws. It's a 20-12 8-point Altavista lead as Oscar and I discuss the Carhartt holiday options. Johnson can't get the 16-foot jumper to go.
And it continues to be one and done for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, offensive rebounding for the Cavaliers not really existent right now. Credit that to the Altavista Colonels. They're blocking out well. Bain from the left corner. His three-pointer is too short, will not go. There's a good defensive rebound for Chatham. Cam Royal will jog it into the front court. He wants to go to the hoop. That's blocked away. A combination of Galliard and McClure. You'll have to watch the tape later on to find out who's going to get credit for that one, because they were both there to swat it away. They shake hands at midcourt. Altavista basketball after it got poked out of bounds. 3:02 left to play in the half. They lead by 8. Charles Warren wants to take a timeout. We'll take it as well. It's Altavista 20, Chatham 12. Little over 3 minutes left to play in the half on 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial of Altavista offers mobile welding and repair services, fully equipped service trucks, certified craftsmen, and quick response to satisfy your needs. Contact PCM Industrial at powerconstruction.com. PCM Industrial is a fully insured Class A licensed contractor, OSHA and MSHA compliant. PCM Industrial Services of Altavista wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista Colonels basketball team good luck in another winning season.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Always fun getting on the radio with you, Oscar Briggs. Always fun to see a good ball game. We've got that here. It's strange for as up-tempo and as high-paced that it's been that it's so low-scoring. Defensive-minded, I guess, up-tempo.
Only 4 points here in the second quarter for the Colonels.
Yeah, 20-12 the lead for Altavista. They've got in the front court. McClure driving left baseline. Lowered the shoulder a bit and got whistled for the offensive foul. I think Antonio Robertson needs to be credited for getting the feet set, and he may have sold it a little bit, but as we've always said, a good charge needs a little salesmanship.
Yeah, and he was a little bit deep for what I like to see a charge call, but Josh got by his defender, and he had plenty of time to set up and get his feet set, so nice play by him.
The two post players on the court right now for Chatham are Robertson and Chris Hodden. This is Clark Fitzgerald looking for somewhere to go. Dribbles to the free throw line. Sends it out to Stevie Johnson. Johnson, shot no good. McClure did a nice job tapping the rebound to himself. He lost it, but that's because his hand was smacked by Stevie Johnson. Johnson does not particularly agree with the call.
No.
McClure will go to the free throw line and shoot a 1-and-1. It's the 8th foul on Chatham. It comes with 2:24 left to play in the first half.
You sense a little frustration from Chatham. Again, Altavista is doing an outstanding job on the boards. One and done. They're not getting any second looks at all.
Yeah, I think their shot selection isn't bad. I mean, they're taking open shots. However, like you said, there's no rebounding presence when that ball goes up. Colonels, on the other hand, have got an offensive rebound on the missed free throw. Gallier had it blocked, got it to McClure somehow, and McClure finishes from the right side of the post. 22-12. It's a 10-point Colonel lead all of a sudden.
Well, Chatham needs to be careful here going into the second half.
They do. Off the window, shot won't fall from Tyler Clark Fitzgerald. They do have an offensive rebound now. Davis pulled the trigger from the left corner. Scoop lane with some English will not fall. Davis has it back, though. Soft pass to the top of the key. Another three-pointer on the way, and this one's good from Tyler Clark Fitzgerald. He gets some contact on the inbound play there by Chris Hodden. He did not get whistled for a foul. The official instead opting to just tell Hodden, hey, you can't do that.
And that's a good bit of refereeing right there.
I don't mind that. You can't,
no, absolutely not.
You can't do it all the time. Otherwise, it's like everybody gets one free foul.
Chatham set up in a 2-2-1 full court.
Yeah, it's kind of a diamond type of press, and the Colonels broke it a little bit easier this time than they had in some other times. McClure, Euro step move, took too many steps. 22-15, the score will stay there. 93 seconds left to play in the ball game. Got to be careful because now it looks like McClure and Hodden are engaged in some extracurricular chatting. The referee again will step in, and Hodden puts his arm around him and says, no, we're good, man. Everything's cool. Normally they don't like it when you put your arm around the ref, though. I will say that. Even it was good-natured. Don't get me wrong. Chris Hodden didn't mean anything bad by it. If anything, he was trying to be nice. Clark Fitzgerald has it again. He just hit the three for the Cavaliers. They trail 22-15. Minute 15 left to play in the half. He's directing traffic from the right wing. Now he'll angle in. Tried to get by, but Gilbert will not give any ground in the man-to-man defense. Cam Royal triggers the three. That won't fall. Loose ball rebound out of bounds into the front row, and it'll go to Altavista.
See if they set up in that full court again. They are in that 2-2-1.
Yes, they are. Poindexter actually inbounding from the sideline, but the Colonels have to go the full 90 feet to get to their basket. 60 seconds left to play in the half. Altavista with the lead, 22-15. It's been hard fought. Poindexter steps into an NBA range three. Bang, he got it. 25-15 again. Out of bounds, Cameron Royal had to sky up to catch a long pass. And now the momentum back with Altavista. Turnover there from Chatham. How about Daquan Poindexter?
They threw him the ball, and you could see him in just slow motion. He was like, yeah, I think I'm going to take this. And he was 4 feet behind the three-point line.
It was a very deliberate catch and step into the three-pointer. Nice form.
44 seconds left. Mateo Malbeck back in the game. A little bit surprised with that move.
He's set up on the right sideline. Colonel's having on the left sideline. This is Bain that caught it, as he did. Coach Harris used the timeout. Let's take 30 seconds of the timeout, too. We've got 30 seconds left to play in the second quarter. It's a 10-point Altavista lead on 105.5 KD Country.
'Tis the season for Napa Auto Parts to say thank you to their customers for another great year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Napa employees Mike, Mary, Whitey, Richard, Johnny, Kevin, Kenny, Jim, and Jamie. For the best quality auto parts at the best prices, come to Napa Auto Parts. They appreciate your business. At Napa, they're looking forward to serving you in 2017. Napa will be open a half-day Christmas Eve on Main Street, Altavista.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
36 seconds left to play in the English's, your complete home center, second quarter. Colonel's inbound on the near sideline. They bounce it into Mateo Malvac. He'll use the waist-high dribble, get it to the middle of the court. Going to look over the defense. Altavista might be attempting to hold for the last shot and a half here. Screen are set for Daquan Poindexter. He fires another three. That does not fall. Good rebound by Chris Hodnett. And the Chatham Cavaliers break out. They're on the offensive end quickly. Royal looking down low for Antonio Robertson. He's bodied as he's catching the pass.
It's Fishing has been a little bit interesting tonight. There's been some physical play and nothing called, and there's been some touch fouls called.
Always seems to be interesting, especially when you're sitting over on the sideline too.
Yeah.
Inbound play, catch and shoot, three from Tyler Clark. Does not fall to the left wing. Galliard skies up to get the rebound. Colonels have 5 seconds, need to hurry. Oh, Mormon with a desperation half-court heave that came a few seconds too early. He did hit the backboard, but it wouldn't fall in. 25-10. The Altavista Colonels on top by 10. Subway halftime show on the way. When we return, it's high school basketball, 105.5 KD Country.
A full line of Carhartt clothing's available now at English's The Complete Home Center, Altavista. Carhartt clothing, known for its rugged durability. On display at English's with a full line of men's wear, coveralls, bibs, shirts, pants, and hats. Sizes up to 4X. Carhartt for ladies, too. Special orders and accessories available. Order early for Christmas.
English's is your complete home center.
The Carhartt Clothing Department at English's on North Main Street.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments. Celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence. Trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
This game is brought to you by these members of the KD Country Sports Club.
Radio Shack and Crystal Bay Pools, your stop for RC drones and Bluetooth everything.
The Dairy Freeze, hot dogs, burgers, fries, shakes, and ice cream. Do it right, do it at the Freeze on Main Street.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, where gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
The Medicine Shop on Main Street with a full line of Carolina boots, now 10% off, including special orders.
El Cerrito, throw on a sombrero and shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only El Cerrito can serve up.
This broadcast is brought to you by the members of the KD Country Sports Club. Thanks for your support.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show is here. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Ozzie Briggs. Thanks for spending part of your Friday evening with us. We've got a nice basketball game on our hands. A little bit low scoring OB, but some exciting things have happened. It's a 25-15 Altavista lead.
Yeah, after that 16-9 first quarter, things kind of slowed down, a little bit more defensive intensity, and a little bit more of a scramble mode for both teams, and that certainly affected the scoring.
There's a lot of scrambling around, a lot of loose balls, guys diving after it. It's fun to watch. You got to like the intensity if you're a coach. An update from the Lady Colonels game. They lead 22-7 over Chatham. That's happening right now in tight squeeze. We'll keep an eye on that. Our dear friend Dave Mabry keeping us updated down there. Don't know if Miss Mormon is tuned in down there via the brand new KD Country app or not. Fans, you got to download the KD Country app. Oscar Briggs has it. It's available for iPhones. It's available for Android. You're going to love listening to us on the KD Country app.
Boy, and it's free, and it's quick download,
free.
too.
It is. It is, and it's easy. It's not going to come on with a lot of baggage and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about the Russians hacking you or any of that.
No, when you open it up, I mean, it's right there, and you can go listen right away. It's slick.
Good stuff. The Colonels have been slick at times. They hold the 10-point lead. We'll step aside for a quick timeout here in the Subway halftime show. Bring it back with some stats. We'll talk about Subway. Of course, we never need an excuse for that. And we'll get you ready for the second half. Altavista on top over Chatham. You're hearing it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle of Fellers and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Hello, this is Jerry Miley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. Asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show, Subway halftime show, Subway halftime show. The Colonels lead 25-15 at the halftime break over the Cavaliers from Chatham. Mentioned the Lady Colonels were up over the Lady Cavaliers. William Campbell boys lead Gretna 35-30, and Heritage got a victory over Appomattox already today, Oscar, in the Beacon Classic. It was a 73-25 Heritage victory. I don't think we should read too much into that.
No.
Heritage is pretty good, and Appomattox has only had like
3 practices.
Right, yeah. Maybe only 2. With their football guys, though. I'm sure some people have been in there practicing that don't play football. Let's get to some halftime scoring numbers in this one.
Sure. First for Chatham, Joseph Davis leads with 5. Cameron Royal has thrown in 5 to help with that. Tyler Fitzgerald with 3. Chris Hodnett with 2. Only 15 points for the Chatham Cavaliers, and you got to credit a lot of that to the Altavista Colonels defense. For Altavista, Mateo Malback with 2 on limited time on the floor. I think he picked up his second foul with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and really only saw 40 more seconds on the floor. Daquan Poindexter leads the Colonels with 11. Christian Gilbert with 2. Lawrence Galliard with 1 made free throw, and Josh McClure with 9. So McClure and Poindexter leading the Colonels to 20 of their 25 points.
Yeah, it's a good stat right there, combining for 20 of the 25. You mentioned Colonels holding Chatham to 15. Altavista held Nelson to just 20 in the ball game on Tuesday night. So the Colonels' defense, maybe they're rounding into form too. We talk about normally the offense and the jump shooting takes a while to get into form after football. Maybe the defense just needed some time,
sure.
too.
I mean, certainly the defense takes time to come in when you get a new group of kids playing together and been on the football field for a while. So it's starting to round into shape as well.
Second half thoughts? I mean, clearly Chatham's not out of this ball game by any stretch of the imagination.
I think they got a little too bit in scramble mode. I think that they can get back into their offense and show a little bit more patience because their shot selection has got to be key. They can't continue with only one and done the way the Colonels are dominating the offensive boards to take a rushed, not good shot and have Altavista get the rebound and go the other way.
Excellent point. If they are going to be one and done, then it better be a great shot.
That's right.
It better be a layup attempt or something, at least inside the paint. They're not getting a lot of paint touches. I mean, I know, and even I said it, a lot of these three-pointers they're taking are open. They've got an open look. But sometimes in basketball, proximity matters. You got to get it inside the paint some, I think, if you're Chatham. And I think they'll be okay if they do that. Meanwhile, the Colonels probably just need to keep their foot on the gas, don't they?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they need to look for opportunities to stay in their offense. Chatham has done a nice job rotating defenses. We've seen 2-3 zone. We've seen 2-2-1 full court press. We've seen some man. And Altavista just has to be patient and recognize what defense they're playing against and adapt accordingly. And you got to finish. I mean, we saw several instances again where probably 3 instances where Altavista had shots that should have gone in and they just weren't able to finish uncontested down low.
Yeah, Colonels have had their issues getting the ball in the basket from short range this year. They seem to be getting better and better about that. Subway halftime show is done, but let me also remind you, 2 great locations in Altavista to eat fresh. Main Street and then inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. $3.50 sub of the day on Fridays is the tuna. I'm going to get that one of these Fridays. I am, because I am a tuna fan.
I'm going to 1 week, I'm going to do the cycle. I'm going to go
all the different.
I'm going to get everyone. I'm going to eat for 7 days. I'm going to get the whole cycle.
And then on the 8th day, you rest.
I rest.
Or you get the salad. You get the chopped salad also. You can do that. There's more than just subs at Subway, as
they got pizza.
They got it all. If you listen to our broadcast, you know that. You probably tired of hearing about that. Colonels will start the second half with Jacob Adams, Josh McClure, Mateo Malback, Chancellor Mormon, and Daquan Poindexter. That's the 5 starters for them. For the Chatham Cavaliers, it looks like Tyler Clark Fitzgerald, Preston Turner, Joseph Davis in the ball game, along with Chris Hodnett, and then the 5th Cav is Antonio Robertson. Floater up from Davis will not fall down. Mormon grabs a rebound and then is fouled in a nice display of sportsmanship. He gets a handshake from Chris Hodnett, who did commit the foul.
It looks like they're picking up in some sort of full court press.
Might be a man press this time. Looks like just full court man to man. I like Charles Warren's idea here. Switch up, throw a lot of different defenses at the Colonels. Malback grabbed a rebound on a missed Jacob Adams shot, but could not stay inside the boundary. That's a turnover. We've played 25 seconds in this third quarter. Still the 10-point Altavista lead.
And even on that play, after Mateo realized he'd stepped on the line, he just dropped his head. We've got to get Mateo back. His confidence has to get rebuilt.
We'll think of something. Good cut to the basket there by Davis. He got it from Robertson, gave it back to him. Shot won't go. McClure again tipping the ball to himself for a rebound in the paint. 25-15. Colonels on top by 10. Poindexter has it. Made Robertson come out and guard him before he gave it up. McClure will just hand off to Daquan. Daquan driving, left baseline. Bodied by Antonio Robertson. That's a foul. It'll be the second team foul on Chatham this half. I think it's Robertson's second, and I'm right.
Turner for Chatham has 3. Nice inbounds play.
It was again. It was almost too easy. Just a simple bounce pass from Mormon to Adams. He converts for 2. Now a 12-point Colonel lead.
Yeah, I agree with what you said about Charles Warren. I like what he's doing so far.
Quick trigger 3 by Clark Fitzgerald is no good. Scramble for it on the ground again. McClure passes from his butt over to Adams. Now it's Malback on the 2-and-1 fast break. Skies to a finger roll lay-in. That won't go down. Chatham basketball. They're going to break out in a hurry. It's full speed the other way. Clark Fitzgerald shielded it. Couldn't get it to go. The official calls the foul. It was a bit of a late whistle. I think they're going to get Jacob Adams with the personal foul.
Now, I think the issue that Coach Harris has is that there were two officials down within at the basket, and the trailing ref from half court's the one that called it.
You're right. They actually put on the board that the foul is for Chancellor Mormon. So that's his first. It's the first one on the Colonels this half. We get 6:31 left to play in the third period. As you know, third quarter presented by English's Your Complete Home Center. The Carhartt hoodie, buy one, get one half off sale at English's. Tomorrow, they open at 8 a.m.
Boy, some ex-Colonels in the house tonight.
A lot of good athletes. Get that alumni game going again.
Ooh.
They would give these current players fits. Oh, boy, here we go. Davis on the three-pointer. It's good for Chatham. It was a missed free throw. They got the rebound. And there's a turnover.
Yeah, and I'll tell you who else didn't like that. I don't think Coach Harris liked it either.
I don't think so. 4:20 left to play in the ball game. And, of course, Lawrence, young guy, enthused, made a great play. Can't blame him for wanting to celebrate a little bit. 50-38, 12-point lead. Almost a steal there for Altavista. Catch and shoot three-point try from Preston Turner is good. Gosh, these Cavaliers love the long bomb. They're making it work. There's a steal. Joseph Davis has it. Cavalier basketball again. The lay-in does not fall. Colonel's able to deny the fast break points. Daquan Poindexter with the rebound. In traffic brings it across the timeline.
You got to use the glass when you get that deep.
And when you're going that fast,
that's right.
Too.
You've got to use the glass.
Yeah. The glass gives you that touch. You can throw it up there with speed. When you're going full speed, it's hard to just float it to the rim. Adams went behind the back and between the legs and nearly lost his dribble, but retained possession. Now it's Malback. He forces up a runner in traffic. No good. Got his own rebound, though. Continuing to play hard. Jumped into the man, trying to draw some contact from Joseph Davis. Davis has it now in the fast break. His lay-in doesn't go. Cavaliers, you got to admire their offensive style, Oscar. It's fun to watch. It's get it and go in transition. And if that doesn't work, kick it out for a three.
They're trailing by 9, and Davis at the line shooting 2. They can cut this thing to 7.
Davis's first one is good. Cut to 8 right now. Dawson Anderson returning to the ball game. So is Stevie Johnson for Chatham. Josh McClure off the bench, back in for Altavista. 3:14 left to play in the game. She joined us late. Altavista's led most of the ball game, with exception the early part of the first quarter.
Chatham well still in this ball game.
Oh, yes. Particularly the way they shoot the three-pointer. They've made back-to-back free throws now. That was Joseph Davis. Davis can really stroke it. Probably the best shooter we've seen this year. Galliard has it. He's in a hurry. Fouled by Dawson Anderson. Yeah, Anderson just wrapped him up. You can make a case that that was an intentional foul because it didn't seem as though Anderson was trying to play the ball. Referees let it go, though, and Galliard's just going to trot to the free throw line and try a pair of those. 3:08 left to play in the fourth quarter. It's brought to you by English's Your Complete Home Center on North Main Street in Altavista. First one, no good. Colonels have been okay from the free throw line tonight. Same thing goes for the entire season.
Ooh.
That one didn't even draw iron for Galliard, so that's a dead ball and a turnover. Chatham basketball, they'll go the length of the floor to score with 3:07 left to play in the ball game. They trail by 7. You think a bucket here and Troy Harris might call a timeout, OB? I think about it anyway, right?
Yeah. He's still got 3 timeouts left. So.
Yep. Cavaliers have 4 at their disposal. Under 3 minutes to play now. 50-43, Altavista on top. Davis driving, stopped, tried to pull-up jumper from 16 feet along the baseline, but he took too many steps.
He tried to initiate the contact, and when he did, he kind of pushed off a little bit, but he ended up taking a step back, and he was walking.
McClure's going to break long. Poindexter throws it to him, baseball style. Lay-in did not even draw iron for Josh McClure. He thought maybe there was a foul. Got to play on. Stevie Johnson in a big hurry.
Another opportunity layup that he missed.
Yep. Didn't get it to go. He was full speed. Poindexter has it for the Altavista Colonels. They lead by 7. On the court right now for the home team. That'll wait because Troy Harris wants to take a timeout. Let's step aside for 30 seconds. It's a 50-43 advantage for Altavista over Chatham. 2.5 left to play the ball game on 105.5 KD Country.
Whatever your truck, car, SUV needs are, Highview Motors GMC has it all from small to tall. New to pre-owned, offering more than just GMC sales. Highview Motors GMC provides 24-hour towing, full-service body shop, state inspection, transmissions, everything in between. Highview Motors GMC, providing top-quality service since 1961.
From small to tall, we got it all. Highview Motors GMC.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Fun ball game to watch, Oscar. Colonels have been up as much as 14. They've seen that lead trim down to 7. They were up 12 at one point. Then it was down to 6. Chatham just refusing to go away.
Yeah, and again, you can see this is a well-coached ball team. Certainly a high degree of effort and belief in what they're doing. And they got athletes. They got kids that can play basketball.
And as you and I both pointed out, maybe the difference this year from years past is no quit in this Chatham team. Sometimes when they were down 14, you could close the book on the ball game, and it was just academic from that point. Not tonight. We got 2:20 left to play. Colonels will probably have to make some free throws down the stretch in this game if they want to hold on. Poindexter was going to the basket from the left side. He got stripped away by Tyler Clark Fitzgerald. That's a foul. And here come those aforementioned free throws that the Colonels are going to have to try and knock down. 2:14 left to play in the ball game. Over 10 fouls on Chatham, so pretty much everything Colonels are going to be shooting too. Poindexter cans that. He's been very good from the charity stripe so far this season, Oscar. 90%. Lady Colonels are all of a sudden down 16 down in tight squeeze. Chatham's starting to pour it on in the girls' game. Poindexter makes the second. Back to a 9-point lead for Altavista. Chatham probably needs to be in a hurry now with just 2:05 left to play in the ball game. Dawson Anderson for 3. Too strong. McClure is there to catch the rebound in the air. Kind of pushed Malbeck out of the way, and Malbeck shaking his head, trying to get rid of some cobwebs now. Altavista back into the front court in a hurry. Poindexter with it at the top of the key, dribbling throughout the defense. Now a chest pass to Chancellor Mormon. Mormon's going to take some time. He'll go to the hoop. Shot won't fall. Daquan Poindexter with the stick back. Mormon pumps the fist. A true team guy. He doesn't care who gets the points. Colonels up double digits again, 54-43.
Not a bad play by Mormon. With you throw the ball off the glass, and you got McClure and Poindexter who can both go up and get the ball.
Clark Fitzgerald's 3 would not go. Johnson tried to chase down the rebound, but he ended up just knocking it out of bounds.
He took kind of a swipe at that, too.
He did. 1:24 left to play in the ball game. 11-point Altavista lead. If that 3 goes down there for Chatham, that changes the complexion of this game.
It was 50-43, and Johnson had that little layup in the middle, and it didn't go. If he hits that, it's a 5-point game, and it's a totally different ball game.
Right. Yeah, right now, it looks like we're getting close to the end.
Johnson
here.
barking at the official.
Yeah, got to be real careful with that. He got whistled for a foul at midcourt. Daquan Poindexter's headed to the free throw line again. Not the guy you want to see at the charity stripe if you're a Chatham fan, because Poindexter well over 90% now from the free throw line. It's the third foul on Stevie Johnson. The score holds. Chatham's going to fall to 5-2. Altavista will improve to 3-1. The free throw does go in. It's a 12-point lead now for Daquan Poindexter. Remember, fans, the next time Oscar and I will talk to you will be Tuesday night, the Jeff Koch Memorial Invitational, the Christmas tournament here from Altavista. The double dip of basketball that night. The Brookville Bees will take on Tunstall beginning at 6 p.m. Oscar and I will be like the refs tonight. We'll get a warm-up game in. 1:10 left to play. Davis quickly to the rack and scoring for two. 56-45. Down to 60 seconds left to play. Poindexter in trouble. He took too many steps. Okay, so here's another small opening, a crack in the door for Chatham. Granted, Oscar, it's a small crack, but it's something with 60 seconds exactly left to play.
Yeah, they've got to be flawless from here in.
Yep. Exactly right.
Altavista still has a foul to give. That could play important as well.
Colonels would probably have to help out and miss some free throws, too. Davis trying to size up Mormon. Tosses to Johnson. Johnson for three. It's way off the mark, but he's fouled. Let's see if the foul is in the act of shooting because the whistle came kind of late. Three foul shots.
It's on Daquan. Daquan trying to close out that. He's out.
Poindexter's night is done 50.1 seconds early.
Stevie Johnson yet to score tonight. This will be his first opportunity from the free throw line. He'll be shooting three.
Johnson having a conversation with either the referee or some of the fans in the
somebody over the stands, and he's turning and balking at him.
He's having an ongoing dialogue with the fans on the front row. It's not the referee, it's the fans. The free throw's good. It's now a 10-point Altavista lead. Johnson takes his time, bends the knees, sinks the second, looks over again. Anyway, it's now a 9-point Altavista lead. If he makes this one, I think you got to gamble on the steal. If you don't get the steal, I believe you foul quickly if you're Chatham. Misses the third, in and out on the high arcing free throw. Might want to foul now. Down to 45 seconds. Long pass up ahead. Bain is all alone under the bucket, and that's good. It's back to an 11-point lead for Altavista. That's probably going to do it. Johnson quickly does rattle home a layup. He's like a pinball bouncing off everybody right now. 29 seconds left to play in the ball game. Back to a 9-point Altavista lead.
He's Nate Archibald-esque. That's what he's built like.
That's a good reference. Inbound play coming up for Altavista. They throw it into Mateo Malback. It doesn't look like they're going to foul intentionally. Johnson trying to run alongside Mateo. Pass batted out of bounds by Dawson Anderson. Altavista will keep it on the far sideline. 21.9 seconds left in the game. Colonels lead by 9. It's fluctuated. Altavista's led by as much as 19 at one point. Pardon me, 14. It wasn't ever a 19-point lead. McClure to the finish. That won't go. Took some contact as he was releasing. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Altavista. 14.5 seconds left. Colonels are going to win just by a question of how much. Mormon's going to inbound on the far sideline, standing in front of the water cooler for Altavista. There's a foul away from the basket. It's going to send Lawrence Galliard to the free throw line. The foul is on Dawson Anderson. And Galliard will shoot 2 free throws. Clock never moved, stuck at 14.5 seconds.
Last time Galliard hit the line, he missed both free throws.
First one's on the way and in. Back to a full 10-point lead for Altavista. Fun ball game.
It's been in that range.
Yeah.
Ever since halftime, it's been in that little 10-point range. They closed it to 6 a couple of times. It's been as high as 14.
Galliard's second one no good. McClure took away the rebound from Preston Turner. They say he got on the back of Turner, and that's a foul. It's going to be a 1-and-1. It's interesting that an over-the-back, on-the-back foul you get to shoot, but a charge you don't get to shoot.
Yeah, and that was, Josh has made that play. They've been letting that go most of the night. Turner will go to the line, like you said, shoot 1-and-1.
Chance for Chatham to score without the clock moving, but again, I think this one's pretty much wrapped up with 13.1 seconds left. Cavaliers trail by 10, 59-49. Turner does make the first. On the court for the Colonels, Lance Bain, Lawrence Galliard, Josh McClure, Chancellor Mormon, and Mateo Malback. Second one up from Turner. Around the rim, but won't go down. Basketball out of bounds. Was off of Lawrence Galliard, so it'll stay with Chatham. 11.5 seconds now. Cavaliers trail by 9. I would assume you got to try a desperation 3 here and then see what happens if it goes in. They'll run it inbounds and get it to Joseph Davis. That's good. 59-52. It's a 7-point lead. Dawson Anderson with a steal. He can't convert from close range, and the buzzer will sound. Time has run out on the Cavaliers, and the Colonels get their third win of the season. 59-52. Subway halftime show on the way on 105.5 KD Country.
The Altavista Office of Economic Development invites you to come find one of a kind with Altavista's unique shops, stores, and restaurants waiting for you. Personal service from local businesses. Jumpstart your business with the Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow with a variety of business loans available and supporting the Altavista Colonels basketball team. Good luck on another winning season.
D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling wants to wish everyone a happy holidays and thanks them for a successful 2016. The next time problems happen in your home, call Donnie and his team of trained professionals, 841-1580. That's 434-841-1580. Make sure your heating system is ready for the winter. Get D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling, 841-1580. That's 841-1580. Merry Christmas from D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling.
PCM Industrial of Altavista offers mobile welding and repair services, fully equipped service trucks, certified craftsmen, and quick response to satisfy your needs. Contact PCM Industrial at powerconstruction.com. PCM Industrial is a fully insured Class A licensed contractor, OSHA and MSHA compliant. PCM Industrial Services of Altavista wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista Colonels basketball team good luck in another winning season.
'Tis the season for Napa Auto Parts to say thank you to their customers for another great year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Napa employees Mike, Mary, Whitey, Richard, Johnny, Kevin, Kenny, Jim, and Jamie. For the best quality auto parts at the best prices, come to Napa Auto Parts. They appreciate your business. At Napa, they're looking forward to serving you in 2017. Napa will be open a half-day Christmas Eve on Main Street, Altavista.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels win 59-52. You heard all the action live on 105.5 KD Country. I'm Kyle. He's Oscar. Where to begin, Oscar Briggs? We saw a little bit of everything in this ball game, but let's go back to the excitement that ended the third quarter. The Colonels had a mad dash for the basketball. They were leading 12 at the time. They had to scramble and get the basketball away. Adams collected the ball, threw it in between several Chatham defenders up ahead to Mateo Malbach. Malbach was going to coast in for a layup, but he saw Galliard in the rearview mirror, and he tossed it off the backboard. Lawrence caught it for the thunderous dunk as the buzzer sounded, no less. I mean, it was an exciting stuff here, as the crowd is very excited post-game. Again, one of the benefits to being courtside.
Sure, and the exuberance of the youth in today. They like to do those bottle flips, you know.
Yes. It's funny because our dear friend Chad Anderson's son is courtside, and he's only about 2 years old, so he's clearly too young to know about the bottle flip trend and the mannequin challenge and the juju on that beat and all those other things. But he did try and throw a bottle in our direction, so it was good. And the fans seem to have gotten their money's worth tonight. They're hanging out, sticking around. All the college students are in town. We mentioned some of those former Colonels checking out the ball game. They'll be able to check out the ball game next week at the Jeff Koch Memorial Invitational. It'll be Brookville and Tunstall in Game 1 Tuesday. The Colonels will follow, hosting Amherst in Game 2. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to do justice to this ball game tonight. Good win for Altavista. Hard fought, to say the least.
Yeah, I think it was a good test with an athletic, well-coached team that, certainly was down a couple of their starters, but, no fault to Altavista for that. You can only play who you can play against. And it certainly brings about an interesting, as you look forward, next time we go down to Tight Squeeze and play Chatham Cavaliers, it certainly looks like it could be a little bit of a different ball game. It'll be fun.
As we mentioned, the Cavaliers were without a pair of starters in Xavion Edmonds and Shaman Barley. Barley injured in the ball game last night against Randolph-Henry. And you could probably toss that in there as a factor maybe. Maybe the Cavaliers did run out of gas there in that second half after 2 tough games, and then a tough game on Tuesday night against Dan Rivers. So, yeah, the return trip down to Tight Squeeze should be fun. It always is. Colonels win this one 59-52.
We were midway through the second quarter before we saw Lawrence Galliard as well. So
that's true.
I don't know if he was nicked up or that was coach's decision. We won't get too much into that, but we will try to find out what's going on with that, if it was coach's decision or not.
And that's what's fun about all these games, Oscar, all the multiple storylines and the angles and the things to talk about. Hopefully we do a nice job of doing that. So glad to have you along for the ride on a Friday night. Oscar and I will step aside. One final timeout. We'll bring it back with some stats, the players of the game, tell you more about the Christmas tournament next week, maybe a few scores from some other ball games as well. Our game tonight was a good one. Altavista wins 59-52. Hope you enjoyed your ringside seat on 105.5 KD Country.
This game is brought to you by these members of the KD Country Sports Club.
Radio Shack and Crystal Bay Pools, your stop for RC drones and Bluetooth everything.
The Dairy Freeze, hot dogs, burgers, fries, shakes, and ice cream. Do it right, do it at the Freeze on Main Street.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, where gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
The Medicine Shop on Main Street with a full line of Carolina boots, now 10% off, including special orders.
El Cerrito, throw on a sombrero and shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only El Cerrito can serve up.
This broadcast is brought to you by the members of the KD Country Sports Club. Thanks for your support. A full line of Carhartt clothing's available now at English's The Complete Home Center, Altavista. Carhartt clothing, known for its rugged durability. On display at English's with a full line of men's wear, coveralls, bibs, shirts, pants, and hats, sizes up to 4X. Carhartt for ladies, too. Special orders and accessories available. Order early for Christmas.
English's is your complete home center.
The Carhartt Clothing Department at English's on North Main Street.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle of Fellers and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical, licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Final segment of the Subway postgame show. 2 great locations to eat fresh. Main Street and then also inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. I'm Kyle. He's Oscar. Fun one tonight, OB. 59-52. Altavista hangs on for the 7-point lead. Again, the lead was as much as 14 at one point for Altavista, but they never trailed in this one as the bottle flipping challenge continues out here on the court at Altavista. Oscar, ready for some post-game statistics? I know a lot of different folks scored in this ball game. I can see that from your score sheet. Oscar's losing over. He's getting choked up just thinking about it.
First for Chatham. Excuse me.
He's losing again. Let me give you a second to get it together, OB, and tell the folks, again, the next time you can hear us is Tuesday night. It'll be a doubleheader of basketball on 105.5 KD Country. We'll have the Brookville Bees taking on Brookville taking on the Tunstall Trojans in Game 1, and then the Colonels will host the Amherst Lancers in Game 2. It's all part of the Christmas tournament, the Jeff Koch Memorial Invitational here from Altavista. That's Tuesday night. We'll start about 6 p.m.
Yeah, now let me see if I can get this out. First for Chatham, Stevie Johnson with 4. Joseph Davis, the big man, with 22. Cameron Royal with 5. Dawson Anderson with 2. Preston Turner with 9. Tyler Fitzgerald with 6. Chris Hodnett with 4. 52 points for the Chatham Cavaliers. For Altavista, Jake Adams with 7, all in the second half. Lance Bain with 2. Mateo Malback with 4. Daquan Poindexter with 21. Christian Gilbert with 2. Lawrence Galliard with 12, 11 of those in the second half. And Josh McClure with 11, 9 of his coming in the first half. 59-52, Colonels win.
Good win for the Colonels. A shout-out here on the Subway post-game show to my dear friend Chris Carr, the baseball coach at Russburg High School, an Avert alumni, and now a state champion with the Russburg Red Devils. Congratulations, guys. Okay, congratulations to the Appomattox football team, too. I don't know if we've said that yet, getting their second straight state title last weekend. I believe it's nearly player of the game now time, OB. Unless you've got other things we need to discuss. I think we're ready, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm ready.
For the Chatham Cavaliers, there's some different directions you can go here. I got to throw my name, throw my guy Joseph Davis in there. We knew he could stroke it from outside, inside the free throw line. Probably could make a few from the parking lot if necessary. Joseph Davis, my pick for player of the game.
Yeah, I hate to do this, but I'm going to agree with you. He had 3 threes there in that second half. It really kept him in the ball game, scoring 17 in that second half. Joseph Davis, 22 points. He's our player of the game.
Few score updates before we get to the Altavista player of the game. Gretna beat William Campbell 66-63. Heritage girls lost to Rockbridge. Heritage boys beat Appomattox. All right, the Altavista player of the game. I'm worried we might agree on this one, too, because there was a guy that you and I were gushing over all game long. I got to go with number 1, Jacob Adams on the glass, on defense, the hustle plays, the energy. He scored some points, too. And don't get me wrong, nobody from the Colonels really had a bad game. McClure and Poindexter stood out, of course. Galliard with the alley-oop dunk stands out. But to me, number 1, Jacob Adams, just got to get my pick.
Boy, we did gush, I guess. But he certainly, on the offensive end, is starting to pay dividends for the Colonels. His hard work defensively and on the glass. But he's not my pick. I'm going to go with Daquan. I thought early without Lawrence in the game, Daquan kind of really dominated the first half for the Colonels, scoring 11 points. Ended up with 21. Not enough free throws in the fourth quarter, closing that down. And Daquan Poindexter, to me, had a very solid ball game.
Well, 21 points to lead all scorers. Pardon me, he did not lead all scorers. Joseph Davis had 22. Poindexter had 21 to lead the Colonels. It's not all about points, but on the scoreboard it is. The team with more points wins, so good call there by you. Good job all the way around by both ball clubs. Looking forward to seeing this again. One more time, next time we're on the radio, and we hope you'll make your plans to join us in the gym, but if you can't, you can tune in to KDCountry.com, the brand new KD Country app, or on good old 105.5. It's Tuesday night, the opening night of the Jeff Koch Memorial Invitational. 2 ball games, Brookville-Tunstall in Game 1 at 6. After that will be Altavista and Amherst. That's going to be an exciting game. Get to take on the Lancers, an unfamiliar opponent, but a local one, so that should be exciting, OB.
Yeah, that's we got a good week of basketball.
Excited. I mean, I know I've said excited like 19
times.
I know,
but
minute,
it's we love high school basketball, and during the season we kind of get locked in and doing these Colonels games. We get to see a lot of the Colonels, but it's always fun to get to see other teams and the progression of those teams. It'll be our second look at Brookville. So, that's going to be fun for us as well.
Yeah, and you get back-to-back games, so you get a few more fans in the gym. Some folks will pay to see 2 games instead of 1. So, It's going to be a nice night. Always nice to honor our friend Jeff Koch. We'll talk more about him when that time arrives on Tuesday night. Going to close up shop here tonight. Got to tell you about the folks that make our game possible. It's the Moose Family Center in Altavista on Lynchville Road. Stop by to join and be a Moose. D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling. Call Donnie at 841-1580. Autumn Care of Altavista, specializing in 24-hour skilled nursing care. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, Highview has it all. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905. Altavista Office of Economic Let me just start that over again. The Altavista Office of Economic Development.